What's going on, gamers? We got a Forza Horizon 6 video here to cover. I know I was doing it before with a different, focus on it, which, I had fun doing that. But there's something to talk about here, and that's why Xbox can't go exclusive. And we see it right here. Asha says, amazing to see so many players exploring Forza Horizon 6 this weekend. I can't wait to play it on PS5 Pro, making this the most played early access in series history. Imagine if you had the PlayStation launch. Remember, that wasn't even there for 5, right? So here it is, kind of again. Massive congrats to We Are Playground Games for delivering 4 consecutive 90+ games, an exceptionally rare accomplishment in this industry. It's not common for somebody to do that. The Zelda team does that consistently. I've been doing it for like decades. But even then, for a racer, 91, 92, 92, 92, yeah, it's really good. So here's the thing, though. The reason why you were able to have this early access is because Game Pass owners couldn't get it, and you had to buy it on Xbox to get part of that. So most people on Xbox were waiting to play it on Game Pass. You got carried by Steam, and everybody knows that. So that's not a bad thing, though, because you realize that you don't want to make this game exclusive, because most people are going to play on Game Pass because they have it. Why would they go and buy it, right? Unless they are hardcore fans. Not to say that, people on Xbox weren't going to buy this game. It's one of the few games that I think they would buy compared to a lot of other games, because they don't buy a whole lot of games if it's not on Game Pass. But the point is that Steam was the majority of this early access. We saw the players peak on there, breaking the other Forza Horizon launch records. And that's in early access. Plus, you charge more for it this time. You want to know what it is? It was also how good this setting is in Japan. People have been demanding that for a while. Then I read a comment down there earlier, goodbye to illegal street racing. It's just going to be festivals from now on. People kind of want illegal street racers to come back. And I understand, those games were a different breed. I really wish that would be true as well. Going on here, Tim Dog says, people love it too for your hardware when it's gated to your hardware. I mean, yeah, if that was going to be the case, right? It's why Sony dominated. They had these games constantly. And when Xbox said, we give you games, we can have some back, they said, oh, Xbox, you know how it works. Exclusives matter, and that's why we're in this position. But no, you can't even have The Last of Us. Just the reality of it. Good luck. Oh, he just posted this. Exclusives definitely do matter. Identity matters. And also making really good choices. Microsoft is terrible at that. Cancel Halo on PlayStation 5 next. Oh boy, here we go with this again. Guys, you know what? I tell you, like, if you want the honest results of Forza Horizon 6, look, I've said this before. Being the exclusive on Xbox, they would have had, the closest you can have it is now because it wasn't on PlayStation, but it was on Steam. They would have had to drop the price of the consoles and make bundles. If this is going to be your biggest launch, which people knew, Forza Horizon is now the biggest series on Xbox. Halo is not bigger than Forza anymore. It kind of took a fall down. Gears took a fall down. Call of Duty they got from Activision. I wouldn't really call that an Xbox series. We're talking about original Xbox IPs here. State of Decay, it's going to be good too. But Forza, it scores the highest and has the most active players. And just player counts over time. If you take a look at things historically during this generation and the last generation. Halo 5 sucked. Halo Infinite had to have a free-to-play aspect. They couldn't do it. Forza never had to do that. And it still sold 5.something million on PlayStation. Almost 6 million. Actually, it's probably at 6 million now. It gives you the idea how big Forza is. If you didn't drop the price of your consoles for this game and put bundles, I don't know what to tell you about this company when you're thinking that somehow Xbox was ever going to come back. This just gives you the idea. Do you think if Sony drops a Naughty Dog game or a game like Wolverine, they're not going to do bundles and deals? Same thing with Nintendo. Look at what they did with Mario Kart World. Though it was 80. But look at what happened with those bundles. And that was at the beginning of their generation. This is a difference where I tell you between the people at Xbox or at Microsoft leading Xbox, the people at Sony, and the people at Nintendo. People in the Xbox world and the AI people leading, they're morons. They don't understand this. And they just don't care to give you a deal. They're not subsidizing when they should. If they really were serious about this, that's something you had to have. But I guarantee you they weren't prepared either. Hey, I'm just saying, where's the Forza Horizon 6 Series X console bundles? Where's the limited edition Xboxes? They don't care about hardware like you think they do. You still haven't seen a price drop or any deals on Xboxes like that. There should have been bundles to come with the game, moving consoles off the shelves. And this month, Microsoft should have sold 350,000 to 400,000 consoles worldwide at least. You could say, oh man, that's a traction, right? But you didn't see it. You see what I'm saying? This is what I mean. Like, that's the type of moves that you have to capitalize on. Their biggest game, there's not going to be a game bigger than this unless somehow State of Decay is insane and it breaks out. And you know, it's one of those games because it's a zombie shooter game on Steam, on PlayStation, and it ends up doing crazy numbers. I don't see that happening for Halo campaign evolved, right? It's a campaign. What are you going to do? Like, really? No. Gears of War, let's see what happens. I hope so because I love Gears historically. But when you really think about the biggest games, they're coming out this year for Xbox, to be honest with you. Your biggest franchise of all time historically was Halo. That's coming out this year, but that's going to be multi-platform and no multiplayer. Your biggest franchise now is Forza, and that just came out. And one of your biggest franchises ever before that was Gears. That's coming out this year. What could they do after that to make an exclusive to Xbox to make it grow? That's always the dilemma I hand it to people. That's why I say that I don't think so. I think the multi-platform strategy was correct. Phil Spencer was right. He knew what he was doing. Lee Satya, too, agreeing with him. Cody Swood said, it's been my new home for almost 70 hours already. Yeah, the game looks incredible. But yeah, cancel Halo on PS5. That's why I said, no, dude. No. So yeah, Steam gives you the idea. Remember, that's not Xbox. That's not Microsoft. That's Valve. Gave you the results you needed by not having PlayStation there. Now you're going to be able to do that again, but even bigger on PlayStation when you launch it. This gives you the idea that you cannot afford to make this game exclusive. They didn't even set up the right parameters over time. And this has nothing to do with Asha. She just came in not too long ago. This was Phil Spencer, this was Playground, and this was the Xbox team years and years that built this up. He did what he could. We know he made mistakes, but I see some people say some dumb comments sometimes. I'm like, please never comment again. Brandon says, too bad Game Pass Ultimate subscribers couldn't play early. Guess what? If you could, that's going to hurt the sales of the early access. Microsoft needs this game to sell. They couldn't afford to have Game Pass Ultimate subscribers play early when they don't have the PlayStation version there. They need that money back. I'm telling you. And it generated, I think they said 140 million or something. And we know Steam did a good chunk of that. Now let's see what happens with the launch and after that, how much this game is going to actually sell. If Microsoft would actually tell you how much it sold on Xbox, you think they're going to tell you that? That's the sad part. Ask Asha, can you please show us? Yeah, a lot of people don't like that. Can you please show us the sales of the consoles and show us the sales of the software? See if she says, hear you, right? I guarantee you she's not going to do it. Just in case you guys forgot the initial welcome, Xbox has been screwed. I mean, dude, what does that have to do with Forza Horizon success? She has nothing to do with that. Let's be intelligent here. You know what I mean? She's just saying that, but whether she was there or not, or you could put some stooge up there, that Forza is getting the same results. Literally zero, anything. Did not benefit it, did not fund it, was not there with the studios, would not know what to say because she's not a developer like that. You know what I mean? It's like, give her credit where she gets credit. You know what I mean? It's like, other than that, don't be a pleb. Who been buying since day one with me? Yeah, there's a lot of people with that. The Crap Gamer says it should be exclusive to Xbox. Imagine the hype for the console if that were the case. You would have lost a lot of money. You would have had to remove it off of Game Pass day one because you're like, look, Forza can't be on Game Pass day one just like COD. It's just too big of a franchise. Then let's test your base. You think they want to take that gamble? I don't think so, man. That's tough. Also, the best-selling game on Xbox consoles. Well, obviously, who else is buying games on there? What is going to sell on there, honestly? You see what I mean? What, Mortal Kombat on sale? You see what I mean? Another Forza. It's typical stuff, but it's like, I don't know, man. I'm just saying. But yeah, congratulations to Playground and to Xbox Publishing. You need that. We knew this was going to happen, though. You charge people $40 extra to play on release day. To some 50, bro. Or wait 4 days locked out of the product they paid for. Absolutely disgusting anti-consumer behavior. Don't try to tell us Xbox has changed when you still scam your customers like this and you're charging more early access than you did before. I actually agree with him on that. There is no pro-consumer coming from Microsoft. Do not believe this. Asha is not pro-consumer. What she did is she reversed a terrible business decision, but brought in full force AI behind her after that and messed around with you with logos and is trolling you because they don't know what to do when they're not gamers. That's the reality here. You know what I mean? But Forza, like I said, that has nothing to do with her. That's left over from the other people that built that, with Xbox for a while. And This is your game that we knew we could say, hey, look, I know you're going to be successful, but after this, let's see what's going to happen with Xbox after Forza. That's the question. What is Fable going to do? Another game, yeah. What is Gears going to do? How is Halo without multiplayer going to do? It's like a one and done, right? Unless you want to get all those difficulties and whatever, but it's like you killed the replay value of it. But yeah, this guy says Xbox games have always been appreciated by its core fans. I'm not so sure about that lately. You have to make your games better. They all fell down. All of them got bad. That's why you had to monopolize for Bethesda and you had to monopolize for Activision. But Call of Duty would just hit its worst state last year. This is more proof that putting these great games, the pillars, need to be great examples for the brand of the Xbox hardware. Xbox, PC, cloud are the true expansions of Xbox. Xbox is Xbox. PC is PC. Now, Microsoft Store, that's tied into Xbox, but Steam is Steam. They need the Microsoft base, though. No doubt about that. So if Fable lands with great scores, Playground Games will hit legendary status. Oh, absolutely. I hope they do it. This is going to be the test of them doing something after this. And guys, this type of stuff has to be talked about because it's like, this needs to happen. Like, if they knock Fable out the park, this company is going to be one of the best developers in the industry from a certain standpoint. They're going to take that pillar leap. You're going to know, like Sony Studios were doing it, right? You went from Infamous, look at Ghost, right? Then look at Ghost Yote. It's like they moved from different IPs that they kept on making for a while to other IPs. Naughty Dog has done it multiple times. Sucker Punch made Ghost, man. That was a huge jump. When Guerrilla Games made Horizon from Killzone, that was a huge jump. Multiple PlayStation studios have done this. Let's see if Playground Games can do it. I think that they can. And I think that this is going to be the best opportunity you ever had for Fable. Better than nothing. I still think that the game is going to at least hit an 85 meta. But if they land to go past the 85 meta, man, that's going to be something else to see. I hope for that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. As usual, leave a comment down below. Hey, look, I just had to say it because if it was only Xbox and an exclusive, it would have not been the most played early access in series history. Xbox players are not going to want to pay that much like that. That's Steam users. And yeah, the racing thing with Corsetta and all those other games has been kind of a trend in the PC world. It just gives you the idea that multi-platform is the way in the future for Xbox. It has to be, because you can't fail to be a publisher. If you lose publishing, you're done. Later, y'all. Keep on gaming.